Hey everyone, Anmol here. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Emitrr. Today I'm going to talk about AI in healthcare and tell you things that nobody's telling you. I'm going to tell you what impact AI is going to create on the healthcare ecosystem, on jobs. A lot of times our customers come back to us, especially front desk workers, right? Asking, hey Anmol, what's the impact of AI going to be? And when I ask them, why are you asking me this? They'll tell me that, hey, a lot of people tell us that our jobs are not going to go away. A lot of people tell us our jobs are going to go away, but we're not sure, right? So today I'm going to tell you what nobody's telling you. And the truth is that AI is coming really hard and strong after you if you don't use AI. Because if someone else will use AI and get ahead of you, you're probably going to, lose your job. And I hate to mince my words. So I'm going to tell you the reality is that you may not necessarily lose your job to AI, but you'll end up losing your job to somebody using AI. Now, everybody's talking about AI saving healthcare, but here's how I think about it, right? The truth is that AI isn't coming to help save the ecosystem, but really, from my experience working with 1,000+ healthcare practices, businesses, I've seen and realized that it's coming to replace the parts of the healthcare ecosystem that are broken beyond repair. And nobody wants to say that out loud, right? Like, if you look at the healthcare ecosystem very closely, in the United States especially, it's drowning, right? Now let's get something straight. According to the World Bank, 15 million healthcare workers will be missing by the end of 2030. Now what I mean by missing, I mean to say that by the end of 2030, the global demand for healthcare workers would be somewhere close to 80 million, while the supply would be close to 65 million, right? Resulting in a net shortage of 15 million healthcare workers. 1 in every 4 nurses is considered leaving the profession. We all know from our own experience that patients are waiting weeks for basic care, right? And it's not just about people quitting or patients waiting for, basic care. The biggest problem as I see it is that the system is built for the 1980s, but we're trying to survive with it in 2025. And that's where AI is going to come in and create a massive impact, right? What if I asked you as an end user, think of yourself as a doctor or a healthcare provider, and I asked you that, hey, book a ticket through a travel agent and not going through an OTA platform like Skyscanner. You would ask me, Anmol, are you crazy? But that's exactly what's happening in healthcare, right? It's still stuck, in an era when people used to book tickets through travel agents. People still use fax. Are you kidding me? People use fax, right? And you know what's funny? There's a funny video from Austin Nasso, he's a comedian, that says that the future of fax is no fax. While it's funny, it's actually true. But to my colleagues, to my customers, when I talk to them about fax, right, they talk about fax as if the technology is something which is a rare technology available from 2050, and we're not behind, we have access to it much ahead of time, right? But that's not the truth, right? But let me cut to the chase. The AI revolution in healthcare, it's not about flashy things, right? It's about AI handling patient calls, hundreds of patient calls at once, and not a receptionist who can handle only one call at a time. It's about scheduling appointments without a real receptionist, right? Transcribing hours long of surgery into one single page, or reading handwritten notes and files into the right patient record, right? So what AI is really going to do is it's going to replace the glue that's been holding the system together, because now that glue is really cracking, right? That difference is becoming far too wide, and most hospitals, healthcare practices are really afraid to admit it, because AI doesn't just support staff, it actually eliminates jobs, right? Which are not needed. You don't need people to transcribe notes into the patient record. You don't need 10-20 receptionists to book 100 patients. Or you don't need, to fill in that medical code into the medical record so that insurance companies or claims processing becomes smoother. And that's what nobody's telling you about AI, right? In the next 3 years, I strongly believe your doctor might still be a human, but the one who scheduled your visit, handled your insurance, followed up with you on your lab records, or just simply sent you a lab reminder, none of them were supposed to be humans, right? That's the future of healthcare, and it's happening faster than we can imagine. So remember, go back, critically look at your day-to-day tasks, think, where am I spending the most amount of time, and where can AI come in and help? Can AI come in and send this reminder for me? Can it automatically follow up with the patient? Can it transcribe all of the conversation between the doctor and the patient? Can it automatically fill in the medical code into the system? And see if it can, and go back out and look for a system, an AI system that does this, right? So So the real question isn't will AI take over my job? It is that can we afford to continue doing this if we don't use AI? So that's what nobody's telling you about AI in healthcare, that AI may not necessarily take up your job, but somebody using AI is definitely going to take up your job, right? So if you want to save your job, start using AI. If you found our videos helpful, subscribe to our channel. We'll continue to build and create new videos and, of course, continue to build AI products for healthcare businesses. So I'll see you in the next video.